Do you feel the buzz?
GNT, right back at it one more time. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. We have an excellent episode for you. We got some stuff to talk about. First things first, there's no Karens in baseball. We got to recap the NFL Week 1, and we got to go over the fun time that we had when the Eagles played the Cowboys. But more importantly with that, it was a 100th episode. I'm sure I said that kind of right. Sounded wrong. 100 episode. We need to get into it. GNT Sports Talk, episode 101. Let's get it. Yeah. We are back officially with my man Bird Gang. What's happening, Chief?
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in for GNT Sports Talk, episode 101. Let's get into it.
Look, we got some stuff to talk about, and then don't worry, Tone is on his way. We just didn't want to leave y'all guys hanging and all waiting and stuff. But we have a lot to talk about, and let's talk about Spitgate, because we got to talk about the whole entire game.
Yeah, man. I mean, the way the game started on Thursday night, NFL kickoff and all that stuff, Eagles versus Dallas, and, man, I don't know what the hell Jalen Carter was thinking.
I understand when you have such disdain for someone, but spitting on somebody is just a whole different ball game, bro.
Right. I mean, like, you know, when they got the replay, when you saw what transpired before that, before he actually spit on him, you know, that he kind of like was looking, spit on the floor and kind of stuff like that. It was just disheartening just to start off the game like that, because you knew, one, with the weather, that it was going to be a little closer than it should have been, whether, you know, if we would have better weather. Two, you know, when you have the most dominant player, like, getting ejected from the game for something that, quite frankly, like, you know, and I don't want to say, like, if I'm in that position or anybody else, but, you know, let's just take a look at, you know, step back and look at it. This is a defensive player where you have the opportunity to go after the quarterback and, you know, get sacks and all that stuff. Like, I would have been more than happy if he would have just said, hey, listen, guys, I might hit this guy late. Like, you know what I mean? And get a 15-yard penalty, but not get spit on him and get ejected from the game. Like, you know, just, hey, when you know, you might throw your body weight on him or something like that. You know what I mean? Something to that effect. Yo.
In the building. What's happening?
What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing, man?
We are good.
Chilling. We literally just hopped on. We was talking about the Jalen Carter thing.
The hot tour, boy.
Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, just like I was saying, like, I just feel like, you know, like, bro, like, you are a defensive player. You play defensive line. You have an opportunity to get, you know, to get that instant get back and, you know, just raise that level of intensity, you know, for the game. And it's like, bro, even if you, like I said, even if you just, defense, look, first drop back, I'm a late hit, you know, just to get my point across, get a 15-yard penalty versus sitting here and, like, spitting on them. You know, get an unnecessary roughness call, whatever, maybe two, you know, if you really feel that adamant about it. But, like, to put your team in that position, in addition to, you know, like I said, we were already dealing with weather implications, so you knew the passing game wasn't going to be there. First game, division game, team hasn't practiced, preseasons, you know, always been, you know, real shaky anyway. They don't play. They not, you know, really prepared for that first game. It's kind of like just, hey, let's line up and, see what we can do. But to put your team in that position, man, it was a horrible way to start the night. But, at the end of the end result was, obviously a victory. So
No, my biggest problem about that whole entire thing was I understand maybe he wanted to get his get back because we all do not know what Dak Prescott said to Jalen right before, Dak walked up and Jalen walked up. We don't know what he said. He could have said, "This is what I think about your championship." Peh, on the ground. I don't know what he said. All I know is for sure, who's the champion in this situation and who's not. Who's the one that actually proved that they was able to do it and who's not. So who's being the one that has to be chased and who's the one that's doing the chasing. So clearly, every single team is going to go ahead and do something to irritate the mess out of you, just to piss you off to get you out your game because they don't want you playing or they want the worst out of your play. So you're trying to bring somebody down. It doesn't make any kind of sense for you to go ahead and allow that to happen because next thing you know, the Cowboys is running all up and down the field and they running through the holes where he would have been. So it was a well-planned plan, a well-planned play, whatever. Anyway, Dak Prescott did what he had to do, and it worked. And they almost got the victory because of it. Go ahead, Tony. We ain't hear from you yet.
No, yo, that was just like a crazy, crazy beginning to a game I ever could remember. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, a comeback from the, I guess the ring ceremony or the banner, raising and all that, comeback, game about to start, kickoff about to happen. And then the next thing you know, you see a flag and they talking about there's a penalty. I'm like, wait, the game ain't even start yet. Like, what the hell could have possibly happened? And, when we seen the replay, you know what I mean? Clearly we seen this this spit, fly from Jalen on the deck jersey or whatever. So we're like, damn, that's crazy. And then, it was like reports later that I could be saying Dak spit first, you know what I mean? This, that, and the third, whatever. Um, obviously, like you saying, you just can't let whatever Dak said to him, you just can't let it get to your head, you know what I mean, affect, your play, your attitude. They already know you're a hothead, and I guess they just like, look, man, we going, throw a little bit of something out there. This guy's gonna bark and bite. And he took the bait, if he took the spit that Dak did towards the ground, you know what I mean, he took that and thought that doing it back, but like it actually landing on him was like whoa, like I don't, you know what I mean? Like I get the get back, or like to your point, Larry, like you know what I mean, maybe getting a 15-yard penalty or something like maybe do to him, do to Dak what he did to Mahomes in the Super Bowl last year. He smacked the hell out of him, like you know what I'm saying, like you know what I mean, maybe to do a get back like that, but like to even outside of just football. You know what I'm saying? Being spit on, dog, that's like, yo, I'd rather somebody punch me in the face, slap me before you actually, like, you know, like cough up a loogie and chug that joint on me. Like, I'm a blackout. I'm a blackout. Like, that's crazy. Um, you know what I mean? Like I said, if it was about the spit thing, maybe he could have just did what he did. You know what I mean? And maybe just, like, still got his face and maybe just spit to the ground as he was talking to him or whatever.
Mhm.
But you know what I mean? Crazy way to start the game nonetheless. Like you said, I think definitely did open up, you know what I'm saying, some holes, pause that, you know what I mean, that front line, you know what I mean, showed with the way, you know what I mean, Dallas was moving the rock. Because it was going back to back to back to back, you know what I'm saying, for a good portion of that, the beginning of that game. Like, I mean, I will say both teams definitely locked down a lot better, you know what I'm saying, in the second half, like where they wasn't up and down the field, you know what I'm saying, not stopping, nobody or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Just make the key plays at the right time, and you know what I'm saying. It happened, and like for real, y'all. I would say two key elements to the game that I say, honestly, and it's not even being a former, what I mean, fan or whatever. Like they could have won that game if CD don't have as many drops as he did, And if Miles Sanders don't fumble, you know what I'm saying, and like in the key drive, even if they wanted to score a touchdown, it could have been three, you know what I'm saying, or maybe not. But just that momentum shift, you know what I'm saying, really changed the game for them, man, because they could have really, you know what I'm saying, did a lot better than what they did, you know what I'm saying? Well, like I said, some key plays, but um all in all, like I said, at the end of the game, you make the key plays, you get the win. And that's what I thought about that joint.
Yo, I think the best defense of that whole entire night was that thunderstorm that went by the stadium, because it's like as soon as that storm flew by and everybody had to go and duck for cover, it felt like we didn't see the best out of both teams, because both teams was rolling, and it felt as though because of that Miles Sanders fumble that the momentum was definitely with Philadelphia. It was like they just scored, gave him the ball back. Miles took it 50 yards. And then after he fumbled, it was like, oh, they stopped him finally. And the Eagles get the ball back and try to march right down the field again. You know, it felt like the momentum definitely changed. But defensively, it felt like the Storm did its job. And nobody was able to do anything afterwards. And honestly, I mean, when you're busy doing something, look, we're all working men. The worst thing ever is to have us working on something, force us to have to stop for like an hour and say like, all right, go back to it. No, you're not going to have the same energy, the same enthusiasm about the task at hand, because you already stopped. I don't know anybody that has the same type of vigor to go back into something that you already started. And that's what it felt like. It felt like, defensively, go ahead, Storm. Storm is still 1-0.
But you got to think about it, like as far as football players, man, it's probably the worst to stop, playing what they was 2.5 quarters in, like, and then you got to stop. And how long was the break for? How long was that? It was like 40 something minutes.
No, it was like an hour and 15 minutes.
Hour and 15 minutes. So, that's some people, what I mean, after games probably stiffen up, what I mean, muscles get tight. Like you gotta rest and what I mean, recover in football because you're getting beat up. You know what I'm saying, essentially in the game. But then to rest and then to go back into the flow of things, you gotta get back into the flow of the game, you know what I'm saying? Like it can go anyway, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that, like, whoever make the play, because that shit was just, I don't know, it's just that the storm was nutty, pause. But I was just like, this is crazy.
Drunk Monk, what's up, bro? We see you on Instagram. I appreciate you, B.
Yeah, man. I mean, just the whole everything that transpired the week leading up to that game. If you would have told me Michael Parsons not going to be there for the game and Jalen Carter, like the top two defensive studs for each team, weren't going to play Thursday night, I'm like, what are you talking about? You're crazy.
Right.
So, when that happened, it just changed everything. So imagine like the backups not anticipating the play and he gets kicked out before the game even started. And then in addition to that, then, the whole game plan changes where, you don't have that presence up front. So you're going to run the ball a lot more. And it was like a perfect recipe for the Dallas Cowboys to come and pull off the victory due to the fact that you had the weather implications. So obviously you're going to lean more towards the run, especially if Jalen Carter's not there. Right. So it was just a dumb move by him on his part. Like I said, man, I just wish he would have just said, all right, no problem. Just line up and hike the ball because, I'm going to either, throw a late hit or if I get to you, throw the body weight on you. You know what I mean? Like just something to that effect where it's like you're going to get your point across in a different way, even though if you get flagged and stuff like that. But for you to sit there and spit on them like that, it was just crazy. It was definitely like, as an Eagles fan, it's something that I don't condone, obviously.
Absolutely. It goes... I've been hearing the persona like, yeah, of course it was an Eagles player. They're just like their fans. Disgusting. And spin on people. No. Okay, maybe some of them. But not I, personally. I like to keep my saliva in my own mouth My own, it's just, I'm just saying, I don't spend on nobody.
Next topic.
Thing,
All right, I'm going to just save you. Next topic.
Took it somewhere, and I wasn't going that route, but thanks, Tone, as always.
Let's talk about another
Yo,
sports.
he was about to go off just for a second, man.
Where is this conversation going?
Not going where y'all thinking. I'm just saying, I don't see there's nothing good about anybody, disrespecting somebody like that.
Right.
Okay.
And that's the biggest. That's not disrespect for anybody.
Just say that.
Okay, I just did. I fixed it. All right, there you go. I just fixed it.
I don't know what you was about to go on. What rant that was about to be, but
oh man,
we could talk off air, man. You want?
Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. So anyway, besides the Eagles game, the other game that I definitely want to go ahead and talk about was that Buffalo versus Ravens game. Now,
right, and you definitely had to fast forward because all the games in between were trash. Like every single game. Like honestly, not to be like that, but obviously I was disappointed with how the game transpired Thursday. What was the next game? The Friday game with KC and the Chargers. That game was okay. Then everything in between was just like, man, like Sunday Night Football saved the whole week one. And then obviously Monday night was good too, but definitely that Baltimore game definitely made up for it.
So I definitely wanted to kind of like go over that game, especially because of Tone. Tone, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this right over to you because for the longest time you was the biggest Josh Allen hater of all haters. All right, you really did not like that man as a football player. So do you think, and I've been hearing this all over like ESPN and Fox Sports and whatever, is he the best quarterback right now in the league?
No, but listen, what Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson have to do is win. Like, this regular season stuff, man. What does it really get you? All right, get you an MVP. All right, so okay, that's good because that means that you're the best player stat wise. Your team's probably most likely top one or two. You know what I mean? So you got a nice little buzz about yourself. You there every year. You throw up the passing stats, passing touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. You're a dual threat, all that cool stuff. But at the end of the day, it's still Mahomes that represents in the AFC. You know what I mean? Can ball? Can he play? Yeah, he could do a little bit on the field. You know what I'm saying? They not as good as they are. You know what I'm saying? Without the player him. You know what I mean? At times, but three three keys to that game that Baltimore lost because they was clearly in control of the game. Clearly in control of the game. You know what was crazy was the play right before halftime when when Josh Allen he threw a nice little pass. It was on the sideline, and it looked as if the time ran out, but they put a second back on the clock, and they was able to get a field goal right before the half. You know what I mean? So that was key because I think they closed it within like 7 even at that point. But then there was another instance where Baltimore scored a touchdown when Derrick Henry went crazy, scored a touchdown, and they missed the extra point. Now, mind you, they lost by one, so boom, that point came to bite them. And then, of course, the key play of it all during the comeback from Buffalo was the fumble by Derrick Henry.
What you
That
know?
that that, that right. You know what I'm saying? Because he was killing them. And you know what's crazy though? What I even got from that game as well too, yo. Like on just thinking of how Dallas last all season, not this all season that just passed, the year prior, whereas though they needed a running back, right?
Mhm.
and one of the guys who was obviously in question for them was Derrick Henry. But apparently, obviously, allegedly, Cowboys never contacted this dude, never even brought him in for a sit down to see what it was that they could have negotiated. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this case, may be. I see this boy going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Sunday night, right? Like going crazy, like bonkers. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. And then it's just like I'm just thinking, like, damn, Dallas goes out and trades for George Pickens, and now you show up another side of the wide receiver, position. And imagine if they would have just talked to that dude and just seeing if they could maybe gave him more than what Baltimore offered, shored up the running spot because that's still pedestrian backfield. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's eeny meeny miny mo. Whoever getting it popping, that's what they gonna ride with.
Mhm.
But a runner like Derrick Henry, man, I was like, yo, boy, we're gonna do it for them. So um, like I said, those three plays, three elements, I would say, what I mean, that lost Baltimore the game. Other than obviously Josh Allen, no making the plays. Because even now listen, all right, hear me out. Like I said, they came back and won. But remember the play when my man Keon Coleman caught the touchdown. That wasn't for him. He threw that joint to another receiver. It went off his hand, ricocheted, and the ball caught it. And that was fourth down. So that would have been it. That would have been over. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, it was their night. They won the football game. Um, like I said, man, this regular season stuff is cool. It's cool, but when it's time to ball, when it's really time to ball out, you know what I mean, between quarterback and the AFC. We see look at what look what my man from the Chargers did against Mahomes Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Like he was back at it. So okay, they want to put these guys on pedestals and say they this and they that, and they want to say they top five. All right, so okay, I want to see which one of them is going to come out on top, and they better not let Mahomes do it again, man. Like that's all I'm saying, man. Mahomes better not do it this year, yo, or they can't be screaming these guys no more, yo. Like it's just going it's gonna be like a Brady thing again, like he's just gonna dominate his era of football.
And that's crazy. You can't have all these other players that's MVPs and still not. You can't get past the MVP of the AFC. No, it's just like Taya said here, and as soon as she wrote it, I was like, "Yo, that's crazy." She said that Lamar and Josh are Embiid right now, and
Mine is their plan though. Like they can play. Like
right,
they'll play about 15, 16 games versus if they get beat up or smacked up. But Embiid, man, he gonna play in 41 games if that.
that's it. I got it, Joel. I'm sorry.
Now, I was just going to chime in. I mean, in addition to those plays that Tone just highlighted from that game, there was somebody that, I mean, when he was out there, like I wanted the Eagles to go out and grab him, because we saw him ball out in Green Bay. But Alexander was getting cooked. He gave up a touchdown,
Mhm.
and then he should have gave up a touchdown, but he made a shoelace tackle that prevented them from scoring, and then they were able to run out the clock and win the game. That was like the play right before because it was the
Yeah,
same
they was
thing.
even
Coleman
actually
caught the
saying he
pass.
should have let that go.
He should have
And
let him
they got the
score.
ball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
they
they
would have
was
got the
just going
ball back.
because they weren't able to stop Baltimore on offense. The time that they stopped them was from that fumble. But they were about to score with a good amount of time left, and he got cooked for the one touchdown, and then he was it. They gave up a pass, and then he barely touched him, and he didn't let him score, and then they were able to run out the clock,
Yep.
take it down and kick the field goal for the win. But it's just crazy. So now we talking about the QBs and stuff like that. And we really haven't even talked about it on this podcast because we try to keep everything, like global and stuff like that, and not make it a Eagles podcast thing. But listen, Jalen Hurts right now is the guy. Like I don't care what anybody says right now. You got people saying Josh Allen is better than Lamar Jackson. Listen, the ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He played balled out on both of them at the highest stages. So these guys can't even get past Patrick Mahomes to get to the big dance.
Mhm.
And like these guys, like they'll have great great seasons leading up, and everyone wants to, hey, like, oh, put Josh Allen on the Eagles. No. That's something that we can't even like debate right now. You know what I mean? Because of the fact that, he's with Buffalo, Jalen's with the Eagles, and it works. But this is the problem too. These two teams on Sunday night, like, they don't care about ball control. They don't care about team ball. They don't care about, like, bro, if you're looking across the field and you see Josh Allen over there and your defense can't stop him, at some point you need to start playing and managing the game and managing the clock. The same thing on the other side with Josh Allen on that side. All right, you could go down and score it in 30 seconds, but then you can't even stop this team from scoring again. That's what kept happening. So that's why I keep, like, where everybody keep going, comparing, like, hey, do these guys have better, throwing capabilities? Lamar Jackson's probably a better runner. And, like, you could go back and forth and debate all that. But at the end of the day, it takes the mental side, the smarts of the sport. And it's like, look, they're going to take what they can and manage the game. And it needs to be a team collective effort for these guys to win the ultimate goal. Is like, bro, like, you don't start the year off as a fan or as an organization and say, hey, listen, we're looking to wrap up some MVPs and bring some trophies home. No, the end goal is to win a Super Bowl championship. And, you want your leader of that team to ball out, which that's what Jalen did for both Super Bowls. He just came on the short end on that first one and sealed the deal and beat the brakes off these teams last year. The only team that was competitive was the Rams. So everybody's sitting here like, yo, like, oh, Mahomes this, and this, and that. Bro, like, we put 55 on the other quarterback that seems everybody, oh, I'll take Jalen Daniels over Jalen Hurts. All right, you could take the
right.
sophomore quarterback, that hasn't done shit. Yeah, he has all the potential, just like Lamar and just like Josh Allen and Jay Herbo, like all these guys. But at the end of the day, bro, like, me as a fan, I want Super Bowls, bro. I don't care about no MVP. I don't care if Jalen wins it. If he does, great. If not, I don't care if we won the Super Bowl. Like, you know what I mean? So that's the thing. It's like, you want to sit there and talk about who's better. Oh, but if you put Josh Allen on the Eagles, I'll bet you he'll win also. Or if you, no, that's not true, bro. Like, you still need to have some type of, like, yeah, and I'm not saying like his mental or like his game plan or his smarts of the football IQ or anything like that is less than Jalen, but you need to play collectively as a team and handle situations like Jalen has been handling them. And bro, to me, like, bro, he's the standard right now. Like, if you look at everything that he's been able to accomplish, and even win-loss record regular season, you could match him up, and it's like, all right, yeah, he's a better quarterback, but he's the best at losing because they ain't win shit.
Go ahead, Tony. You got anything to say after that? Nah, you good?
Yeah.
It's facts. I mean, I definitely agree. We, at the end of the game, at the end of the day, are you going to win it all or are you not? Nobody wants to be the first place loser. It's
not even that. Are you going to be able to get there? Like, some of these guys haven't even gotten there. And that's the thing, is like, bro, like, we're talking about winning it at the end of the day. Some of these guys haven't even made it past the AFC Championship, bro. The only guy that I would say, like, yo, facts, because he's been there, done that multiple times, is Patrick Mahomes. But, bro, let the Philadelphia Eagles win one more, bro. That conversation is on the table for discussion, especially if he goes back there again and balls out again. Like, think about it. At the highest stage, you're sitting there and playing at the high, last year's game plan. Oh, yeah, Kansas City, man, they're coming in. We're going to take Saquon away, and we're going to force you, Jalen Hurts to come in, and, you're going to have to beat us through. Okay, no problem. that happened. You know what I mean? And it happened the first game. They just came on the opposite end. You know what I mean? But last year, sealed the deal, balled out. Okay, you took Saquon or like the workhorse of the season and stuff like that. Awesome game plan. You took him out of the game and you made Jalen Hurts beat you. And that's exactly what happened.
The same defense that shut down both Lamar and Josh is the same defense that Jalen Hurts torched on that Super Bowl Sunday. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you also have the other thing with that too is that last year, remember, we played Baltimore during regular season. What happened? We was at Dimensions for that game too. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. Like, it's like the more and more things happen, and it's like, bro, obviously we got a good team around Jalen and all that stuff. But bro, like, you can't use that. It's still, the game still needs to play out, and he still needs to execute at the level he's executing. He's not throwing 5-6 touchdown passes. He's running for two, throwing one. You know what I mean? Making good decisions, taking care of the ball. You know what I mean? And it's like calling audibles on the line. All these type of things that, for some reason, when it comes down to the playoffs, these guys can't figure out what, all that stuff out the window. Everything's out the window of what you did in the regular season. And then you get to this point, and it's like, Josh Allen didn't get it. You're the MVP, though, even though Lamar had better stats than you. And then even though Saquon just ran for, all those yards and almost broke the record, he sat out the last game. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy to me how, a lot of people say you're the best. All right, if you're the best at something, you need what is the highest honor? Is winning the championship. So it's like, if you're considered one of the best, like, or the best for over someone that won and stuff like that, and then you're gonna get the whole thing like, well, you got someone like Joe Flacco, you got someone like this, Trent Dilfer that won, in the past, but them guys didn't ball out in the Super Bowl like Jalen did. You got the Baltimore defense that won that Trent Dilfer won. You know what I mean? You got different things that played out like that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I can't even have that discussion anymore with anybody because I'm just like, listen, obviously, if you're starting a new team, you're going to say, I want Lamar, I want Josh Allen on my team before anybody. All right, that's great. They ain't win nothing. I'd rather take someone that's been able to do it and has played at the highest pinnacle when it was all on the line. He balled out. He did everything he could. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, bro. It's just one of them things where we going to agree to disagree.
Okay. As Ty said on IG, Joel with the mic drop. Good job, bro. So we understand how you exactly feel about that argument. And it's funny because you heard that whole entire argument like the whole entire summer. It was almost like as soon as Jalen won, there was like the game is props the first 2 weeks. And then it was just like, hey, so what quarterback would you want? Oh, I don't even have Jalen in my top 10. Disrespectful. And I don't understand. I mean, what happened to the recency bias? Like he just won the whole joint, and he don't get no kind of favor from nobody. Like, come on, this is just wrong. Is it because of what? Is it the Philadelphia thing? Because everybody want to hate a Philadelphian in some kind of way, or is it the Eagles thing? Because people hate Philadelphia, so they hate the Eagles. I don't understand it. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't remember him getting all that type of flack and hatred when he was over with Alabama. Definitely didn't hear it when he was with Oklahoma, when he was runner up to again the Heisman behind Joe Burrow, that had one of the greatest college seasons that ever existed as a quarterback. So I understand why he lost there, but all he does is win.
Yeah, that's the other name too, Joe Burrow. And it's like, all right, like, again, great quarterback, hasn't won nothing. At least he played in that championship too. But the thing also which people bring up is like, well, he got benched for Tua. Yeah, let me know how that's working out for Tua
Right.
right now. where the Colts beat the brakes off them, this past weekend.
Hey, Tone, who's the Colts quarterback?
Daniel Joshua Jones, I think his name is. Yeah, he looked better than Russell Wilson out that joint on Sunday.
Yo, I gotta talk to Monaki about that one.
Yo, they said New York just cursed, man. Like that football Giants team was just cursed, bro. Daniel Jones out there was like what 22 for 28, 3 tutties, almost 300. Like
family, they scored every single possession that they had. The Colts scored every single possession. That's unheard of, bro.
Yeah,
that's unheard of.
He's gonna be running. He's gonna be an MVP race this year.
Yo, and you hear what they call him? Because he's no longer Danny Dimes anymore.
No, what's his new name?
It's Indiana Jones. They crowned him Indiana Jones.
It's definitely the last crusade for him too. Like he on like this is your last opportunity. Indiana Jones is in the building.
All right, okay, all right. Wait,
Indiana
that
Jones.
shit gonna catch up real fast though. That's gonna catch up real fast. They gonna be ready to kill his fucking character off the scene. Like, all right, come on, man.
Right. I mean, let's not get carried away. They played the Dolphins, but
Indiana Jones.
Now, if we talking 5-6 weeks in a row of this,
they're gonna be sick.
Then maybe we gotta revisit. But nah, 1 week I'm not sold. Danny Dimes, he gonna reveal himself soon, man. Come on, man.
So if he ended up, let's say, like you said, Tom, week 6 go along, and he's still like just going crazy, right? We really got to do like a wellness check on all these Giants fans.
No, wait, are they winning though?
Oh.
Are they winning as well?
He's
just going good statistically.
Let's just say he's doing good. It doesn't matter how the team do. Because, like we could say with Joe Burrow had a straight MVP season last year, but his defense was trash, so they kept losing. So if that's the case, for example, let's say he have a season like that. He has like a crazy season, but the defense just isn't stepping up the way they really would want them to, and they losing games. We need
we talking what north? We talking north of 35 touchdowns.
Ooh, let's just say he throws
total with running, because he ran for 2. He ran for 2 and threw for 1. He didn't it wasn't all through the air.
But the one touchdown pass was like a dime.
No, absolutely. Like
it was a dime.
He played well, but I mean, like that team had the second best defense and points wise given up. It was only one team that gave up less points than they did. So they only gave up 8 points in the game.
That's crazy. Well, there you go. Let's go New York. Let's see what y'all guys think.
Man, and New York, bro, I watched that game because it was obviously the game that was on.
Right.
They had a chance to win that game. They was hanging on to the end, and then Washington just pulled off at the end. They were struggling. They had to.
Whoa. Debo.
Yeah, that game was
trash.
Kind of ugly. Yeah, that game was ugly.
Yeah, like New York was hanging around the whole time. I'm like, bro, like what is it? That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, all the games were that Sunday night game saved everything.
Yeah.
And that Monday night was, bro, JJ McCarthy has arrived.
Yo,
that dude is, man, true.
He made some plays. Yeah, he made some plays. And Chicago just fell apart, man. Right. They just fell apart.
Bro, that dude just has the, I don't know, bro. That dude has, that's his first NFL game. Came back, 3 touchdowns. He threw a pick 6 instead of being. Normally, what happens when somebody throws a pick 6? They over there talking to the coach, or they got the iPad out or the tablet. They looking at it. They, you know, everybody going up to them. Yo, it's all right. It's all
It's
right.
all right. You'll make it.
This dude's walking up and down. Yo, I'm gonna get that back. I'm gonna get that back. Hitting the offensive line, bro. I just like his tenacity and his approach to the game, bro. Because you just see that competitive spirit, you know, in him, and that's what you want in a player. It's like, bro, I want to play. That's what I want out of my quarterback.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it's like you just got someone, and you know, like, I mean, they played Chicago. They, you know, new coaching and all that stuff, but like for them to come back and win that game, I was like, wow, like I
Right.
think he's going to be first game too. Like, yeah, he definitely balled up.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to win that game. Not the way he was playing the first 3 quarters.
Right.
You couldn't
right.
tell him that.
Right.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
like I
Like,
said, Chicago fell apart, man.
all right.
You know,
He
it's
definitely played. He definitely balled out. He definitely came to play in the fourth quarter. Took that game. He took that game from him.
yeah. It's like that. He has that gunslinger mentality. Like, don't care. Like, just, you know, the Aaron Rodgers, the Brett Favre, like, all right, I threw a pick, whatever, I get it back.
You know what, man? And I think in football too, man. You know, or maybe even any sport, but maybe probably football. Yo, being around the game for him last year, you know, probably helped tremendously. He probably was able to like learn the game from a mental standpoint, see things. He probably watched film obviously way more than a lot of people did, probably had time to, because he wasn't playing. And just to add that synopsis, yo, over a whole year, yo. So he's definitely there mentally. You know what I'm saying? We just needed to see obviously what he could do on the field with his play. And you know, it definitely came to light in that fourth quarter because he showed what he could do.
And look, remember, he has the same coach that had Sam Donald there that was balling. You know what I mean? So he literally has the head coach of like the quarterback whisperer. You know, no one was able to do what they was able to do with Sam Donald the same way. You know what I mean? So no, he has that coach with him. And then he was under that tutelage for a whole entire year, just like you said, Tone, you know, because he was injured. So you're right. It was just a matter of, all right, you made your mistakes, but look what you was able to overcome from it. And him already having the confidence already. Yeah, he's going to be dangerous. No, I can see him being dangerous. But once again, consistently, can we get that consistently from him? And that's something we're going to find out soon enough. But yeah, it does look like my man has definitely arrived. Like he made a name for himself in week 1. It's just a matter of if he can hold that up. But he has a good offense to go along with that type of tenacity, you know. So we'll definitely see. Well, he got the right wide receiver with him. So you're never out of the game when you got that wide receiver on the field with him. Like, so, all right. Week 1 was crazy. But something else happened around the same time of that week 1. And I just want to look at this from kind of like the aspect of, you know, y'all guys being a father, you know, like, you know, we're dads, right? And you're at the baseball game, right? Home run hit, flying over towards your direction. Happened to be a little bit to the side of you, right? The ball bounced all over the place. You know what it's like. You got a loose ball up there in the crowd and out there in the stands. It's every man for yourself. It doesn't matter. The ball lands in the chair. Dad goes over, happy. He reaches down for it. He finds the ball. He got it. Now he felt arms on his arm, but he had the ball the whole time. So he grabs the ball and he's just happy walking over to his son. Drops it in his mitt, like, there you go, son. This is for you. You know, this is your ball. You know, like, look, we went here with a souvenir. You're never going to forget this. And then next thing you know, that lady walks up. Now, the good thing is she didn't look exactly like that, but it did look like she's the precious. I want the precious. she walks up. Hey guys, that's my ball. It was in my section. That's my ball. My hand was near it. It was in my section. I want that ball.
Hey, listen. I have to divert to Tone for this one because I know he gonna cook. Hey, Tone, cook, bro.
Yo, no, I mean the first thing I say is that if that was me and I went and retrieved that ball and I came back to give it to my son Anthony the third, man, and I gave it to him or I'm about to give it to him. First off, that lady, she could have came over there, or she like she did. She wouldn't have left with no baseball. I'll tell you that. Man wouldn't have let her leave with nothing. She wouldn't even have left with the jersey she probably came over there with. Man said, I'll take that too. But you know what I mean? That's first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? For anything for my kids, you know what I'm saying, it's just like off limits, especially if we had a baseball game. And to your point, Cat, when you say every man for himself. If I grab that first off, I don't, man, woman, child, don't walk up on me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't walk up on me like that because, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. We got a game and you yelling. Hey, my reflexes might, like, you know what I mean? And then I'm looking like the bad guy because I struck a woman. But like, no, I struck, you know what I mean? So, but I'm protecting my family out here. I don't know what's going on. Like you said, every man for himself. Every one man, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't into that either. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, just don't walk up, you know what I mean, on me disrespecting, man. Like, that's crazy. Like, we had a baseball game, and then it ain't like I took it and I'm with a bunch of my homies, and like I said, I gave it to, you know what I'm saying, the one. But if it was for my kid, we had the game, you know what I'm saying. I got the baseball. It was in your section. You just wasn't quick enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we not. Yeah, like we're not doing all that, man. And and first off, the dude who she did run up on, first off, I was like, did she hit him with a stun gun? Like, why was he shaking like that? Like,
Thank you.
I was like, yo, what's up with my man? Like, I was
You're
like,
like, "Ah!"
I'm like, what the hell did she say to him? Like, I was like, yo, first
What?
off, what was his reaction? And then like, I'm just like, yo, he gave her. I was like, yo, miss, please, if you want to enjoy the rest of this baseball game, man, you better get the fuck away from me, man. Like, well, I'd have been calling the ushers or somebody, like, yo, if you don't get this lady, she might catch her elbow, man. Like, you don't get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was bugged out, man. That was bugged out.
Just so
Yeah,
you
her husband was sitting there in the stands like with his head down because he couldn't even believe what she was
Oh,
doing.
oh, oh,
And you
she,
know this
she,
ain't the first
husband was
time
there.
that something like that transpired. He's like, oh, here she
here,
go.
here we
You
go
know what I mean?
again.
He got up and walked out because they was getting, harassed the whole time after that, just due to the
After
fact
that,
that,
yeah,
bro, once there's a kid involved, like, bro,
Yep.
even if I would have caught that John and there's a kid around, I'm handing it to the kid. Like, unless it was
Facts.
one of them, like, like the a milestone homer or something for someone where it's like worth some type of money.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
bro, it wasn't even nothing like to that extent. And it's like it was, bro. When I saw that, I just couldn't even believe it. I was just like, oh, she about to get cooked. And bro, like, I don't know if any of this is true, but you start seeing like her job let her go
Yep.
and she's getting harassed and all this types
Yep.
of stuff. And it's like, the human side is like, damn, she don't really deserve all that. But lady, you really do. Like, you rolling up on people, and then it's like
Hmm.
you need to evaluate the situation. If it was a grown man and he had the ball and it's like he didn't give it to a kid, then I could see you having an issue and griping with him. But like once it touched that little kid's glove, like they don't
It's over.
understand it.
It's
And it's
over.
like you just gave it to him and now you're taking it away and giving it to the stranger that just being an irate ass. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, like what? Like I man, I feel bad for what she's getting, but like she caused it and brought it upon herself. So it's like, uh, in all actuality, I really don't. It's like, man.
yeah.
And to
Her
Tone
action, she
points, if
put
that
that
was
on her
me in that
kid.
situation, I would have been like, or something that he said. He was like, I was thinking about taking the ball and throwing it back in the field of play. That would have been hilarious
Hmm.
Yes.
if he would have
Hmm.
did that.
Like, oh, you know what?
None of us
Yeah,
can have
you
it,
want
but
this
nah,
ball? Yeah,
go
just
get
throw it
it.
back.
Yo,
Nah,
fetch. Tell her.
nah, nah.
Yeah,
That
you would
John
have
would have
said, "You
had that
fetch,
John
you
would have had
bitch."
that John would have had man name written all over it already. So she wouldn't have got that. She wouldn't have got that baseball.
Right.
So,
Not whatsoever.
okay. So, according to the gentleman that did when she walked up, right? he wanted to give a good example of strong mental toughness, and say, like, we're bigger than this situation. Just take this and just go, because we're not going to stoop down to their level.
Listen, Larry, that sounds great,
Don't
but
it?
that is not what that man was thinking. The way he was shaking, he just got chumped. He just got like, I ain't even trying to hear that shit. Ain't nobody in that situation thinking like, well, son, I'm gonna show you the first lesson of the day. Like, nah, ain't none
No.
of that shit. He was scared. He was shaking. He was sitting there like, oh, I don't know what. You know what? Just take the ball. I had enough of it. Just take it. Like, that's what happened. Don't try to clean that shit up. That is not what the fuck happened,
Yeah.
bro. That is not what happened.
Yo, first off, the way he took the ball out of his son's hand and just went, and then went, like, hold on. The son immediately lost respect for his dad as soon as the ball got taken out of his hand. He looked at him like his father literally went from Superman to Clark Kent, like in reverse, like literally, like.
I think he lost respect when he started shaking and breakdancing out that joint when she first. That's when the son lost respect. Like, damn, Dad, why you react like that? What you seen,
Right.
Jason? What was it, a
Now,
ghost? Like, what?
after the fact, it's like, hey, son, sometimes you got to be the bigger person. Nah.
Nah.
Listen.
Sometimes, son, you got to be chicken shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yeah,
you got to
exactly.
show.
Like,
You got
everyone
to
try to
know.
paint
You
it
got to
like
know
that
when to
afterwards.
fold them.
Like,
Like,
no, that's not really what happened. Let's just be real. Like, yeah, at the end of the day,
He want no
he
smoke.
did what he had to do, but it wasn't under those circumstances like, we're going to be the bigger person. Nah.
We're going to do the right thing and make sure everybody understands toughness and doing the right thing for even society, and do whatever, man.
Now, okay. Have we heard anything like in regards to them doing anything for the kid or for him?
Oh yeah. All right,
Okay. So on the flip side, or on the
Mhm.
devil's advocate side, doing this right thing
Mhm.
is now getting them publicity.
Mhm.
They getting treated like, like I said, I haven't heard anything. That's why I asked that question. Like,
Oh,
you
I'll
know what
tell
I
you.
mean? Maybe, what I'm saying, going to the game, getting presidential tickets, or whatever the
Bro,
case
World
may be.
Series tickets they got given. Someone's going to pay for him and his family for World Series tickets because of the whole ordeal. But you know
And
what I mean? Like,
he got signed
the
bad as
narrative of him doing the right thing and all that stuff is like, he was not thinking that at that moment.
No,
He
no,
just wanted
no,
to diffuse the
no.
situation and get this crazy lady away from him. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because he was like, he
He was
was in a
causing a scene.
situation like you said, you end up throwing an elbow. Now he looking like a woman beater. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Right, right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, he was in a no-win situation, but like, for everyone that's sitting there talking about something, oh, he did the right thing. He showed his son a valuable No, he was not thinking that. He was like, well, maybe, like he was a little unsure, a little scared, you know what I mean? Or
Hmm.
startled, whatever it was. He didn't know like what, like in that situation, like what to say really. So he just like, you know what?
It just,
I'm
yeah,
just
here
done
you
with it.
go. Right, here you
Right.
go. He's a punk. I'll tell you that, though.
Yeah, but the memes that were coming out of that thing, whew,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
was cooking on the internet,
yeah.
boy.
They cooking her. And she
Listen,
rightfully
we
so.
forgot
Just
all
like,
about Jalen Carter spitting. That was for
yo.
damn sure.
And what about main man from Sunday night?
I know.
The boy
How
who
how is
slapped
that
me.
possible?
Yo, but first off, did you see his news report? Him apologizing?
Who?
With the
Jalen
nut.
Carter?
No. The boy, I'm talking about the boy from Sunday night. The dude, remember the boy who you see when he like pushed DeAndre Hopkins in the head, and then he pushed
Oh yeah, with the
Lamar
neck
Jackson.
brace.
Yeah, with the
Yeah, with
neck
the
brace.
neck brace.
And
Yeah,
then gonna
he.
start crying, talking about, I'm sorry, Josh Allen. I just sweat from a load of wood. I was like, yo. Somebody was
Yo,
like, that
so
shit
hold
looked
up.
like a Saturday Night Live skit. I was like, yo, what is going
No,
on with boy?
I sent it to Chill Will, right? That clip that you talking about. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
listen, this guy clearly and he's not a sponsor of GNT Sports Talk, but we're gonna work on it. All I know, that dude talked to Top Dog Law before he did that interview. He was like, "Yo, you gonna do this apology, but you need to have this neck brace on."
Right. Now he
Like,
all
cause
beat up.
yeah, it was crazy.
Yo, he trying to get some bread, yo.
No, I thought you were originally talking about the college player that happened to spit on another player. That's what I thought you were talking about.
No,
It happened twice in 1 week. Like, it's just whatever.
Yo, buddy, funny.
So just in case, this was the other picture that came out about our Phillies lady.
Oh yeah,
The precious.
Bro, she just might as well shave her head bald
Yeah,
and
she
start
got
a
to
new
move
life.
to another city. Yeah,
Start a new life. Get
Well,
some contacts, shave her head bald, or dye it. Get a mohawk.
Yeah, get a wig.
According to what she said, that her life has been so terrible afterwards that she's considering moving because she's being harassed at her own home.
At her own home, they coming past and stuff. Yeah, probably throwing baseballs on a.
Dude, can you imagine though? Like if that was your lady and you walking out and people that know you like, yo, bro, what's up with your girl?
Yeah,
bro?
right.
What's going on? What's up with your wife? Like?
He definitely divorcing her.
What? He
He
definitely got a pass. He'll be like, listen, Your Honor, I can't deal with this shit.
Yeah, right.
Imagine you being this guy.
Phillies
I fear for my life every day I leave the house.
I can't even go to any sporting events. And there was a thing that came out that she's banned from the Lincoln Financial Field. I don't know if that was true.
I don't know if that's true either.
Damn,
yeah, like I said, there was so many things coming out, like different memes, reports, all types of stuff. I was like, oh man, I don't know what's true or what's not. But imagine that being your lady. You like, man, listen, I don't know you.
Yo,
I gotta go to this game.
Can you imagine he make himself an Eggo waffle and that's my Eggo. That's my Eggo. That's mine. It was in my freezer first. I touched it first. He probably had to deal with that all the time. It's a shame.
Bro, the comments on all these memes and what happened, bro.
Yeah. So, one of the last things we want to talk about, episode 100. We on 101 right now, which we definitely appreciate. Tone, you all right? You good? Oh, okay, let's make sure. All right. That looked crazy in video. Anyway, we're on episode 101. That means we had to pass episode 100. And episode 100 for us was fantastic. We was over in Dimensions, had an episode there where we was giving love to all of the people that was there supporting us for all that time. So we just wanted to really just say thank y'all once again, every single one of y'all. And y'all guys know who y'all are because we definitely shouted y'all out in episode 100. Individually told y'all guys how much we appreciate y'all and everything. So we definitely appreciate every single one of y'all for supporting us. And we wanted to give back to y'all because y'all guys gave so much of your time and everything and, your comments and everything over the 2 years almost. It's almost 2 years now, like 2.5 years now. Feels like a long time. But we throughout all that time, y'all guys was always there supporting us, and we really thank y'all. So we wanted to give back. So episode 100, y'all guys didn't know, was basically like us giving back to y'all for everything y'all guys did for us. From me and my team to y'all guys, we really, really, really appreciate every single one of y'all for being there with us at our 100th, but more importantly, throughout the whole entire ride. So thank you so much for everything that y'all have done for us. Y'all guys, I'll leave it open for y'all to go ahead and give you comments on this too.
Right. Definitely, I want to, first and foremost, thank Raul for opening up his establishment, his staff, Mikey, man, it just everybody that played a part. Like it's us three, but behind the scenes, there's a lot of things that happen. foster Philly art, man, like
Mhm.
since day one. Like I mentioned during the podcast, the live podcast at Dimensions, he's actually partnered up with us since day one, designed our logo. And since then, like we've just been locked in with him. Um, gave out, he came through, gave out giveaways.
Mhm.
Obviously, Drunk Monk coming through, Brian, been a day one supporter. We
Facts.
had, listen, like I didn't even know, like my aunt Lisa and Denise came through, my cousin Denise came through, gave us gifts. Like that was unexpected, you know. Just everybody that pulled up, Chill Will, Manaki, like everybody that just pulled up, man. And again, it really takes a village behind the scenes and all the coordinating, all the networking that we've done and all that stuff. We did have JR that was supposed to come out and perform, but they
Mhm.
surprised him with tickets to the game, so then he wasn't able to attend the game. So I know some of you all saw that information that came across, but that was the reason they actually got him a surprise birthday gift and sideline tickets. So obviously he called us up and let us know that he wasn't able to attend, but he was actually going to perform at the halftime show, so that didn't happen. But we got something to schedule later on with him. But man, listen, like everybody that's been supporting GNT Sports Talk for the longest, whether you were there or not in spirit, or just just giving us our flowers when we needed them, due to the fact that that's what really keeps us going. And just to Larry's point, we just made the night about giving back to the people that supported us, and then it was dope that obviously Ray Smith came through, won the ultimate prize with the Super Bowl ring, and Val, she ended up winning the other ring. And man, everybody was just showing love, man. We greatly appreciate you guys for that. And then us having the ability to donate, half of the proceeds that we were able to get from those Super Bowl rings that we had as the ultimate giveaway for the night, to a great cause that's near and dear to our hearts, but more importantly to my man Tone. Like it was just a dope vibe, dope night.
Facts.
And I'm looking forward to future events. But thank you guys.
Yeah, man. As obviously everything unfolded, for even before this episode, you know what I'm saying? 100 episode is a milestone, man. I don't think I really, sat back and took the time to think about that and to really view it like, damn, 100 episodes, man. That definitely shows consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one thing I think once we started this, that I think just became contagious amongst, like all of us as a unit. You know what I'm saying? I think, just week in and week out, I think we all seen the passion and like the togetherness or the wanting to do this that we all had. And, I think that put the battery in everybody back to, what I mean, keep wanting to continue to do this every week, you know what I'm saying? Not wanting to miss a week, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. We've had a couple, trying times, during the weeks where, some of us still maybe popped on or, you know what I mean? We, being consistent, you know what I'm saying, we also made sacrifices, you know what I mean, throughout this whole journey, man. And we had some losses, man. Like I said, had some difficult times along our journey, man, but we still stood 10 toes down, man, still was dedicated to this, what I mean, every week. And when it was time to, what I'm saying, maybe step away if we had to, we would. But for the most part, man, 100 episodes, man. Like, what I mean, I salute y'all, commend y'all, man, for standing in there and, what I'm saying, wanting to be a part of this, continue to, have our podcast numbers, the views, all that stuff, bro. Continue to, what I mean, want to put our name out there, what I'm saying, get noticed and get recognized as, a couple guys who just like to talk some sports, man, and then at the same time, helping the community and doing things for the people, man. I'm glad we stand out. We stand out, what I mean, on that kind of realm. I ain't saying we the only ones that's doing it, but what I'm saying, we make it our business to do more than just talk sports. So, um, what I'm saying, and everybody who was a part of the 100th episode, who came through, all the sponsors who was in the building, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, the Laugh the Pain Away crew that came through, man. Co-workers that came through, what I'm saying, showed that support, man. Like Joel said, putting in that 50-50 raffle and winning that ring, what I'm saying, which was actually that joint was pretty heavy, what I'm saying? Like so I was like, yo, that was a dope situation we had, man. Giveaways at the beginning, of the podcast that we had. And being able to donate that 50-50 to, like we said, a great cause, give it to the Philadelphia Family Voices organization who specializes in dealing with kids on the spectrum, and saying free program that y'all can get down with, man, and to tap in if your kids on the spectrum, if you know somebody that has a kid on the spectrum, anything, and it's a free service, man. So half of the proceeds that we collected down there is going to Philadelphia Family Voices, man. So that's what we do, man. So like we said, when we connect with somebody, you family forever. You know what I'm saying? Like we definitely gonna spin the block with, what I'm saying, everybody who we've done some kind of work with, what I'm saying, and tap in and just support whatever it is that y'all got going on in any kind of way we can, man. So I just thank everybody who support GNT Sports Talk, what I'm saying, every weekend, week out, all y'all that's rooting for us, what I'm saying, whether you even showed up in person or, you just like really behind the scenes, generally, seriously rooting for us, what I'm saying, to, keep on, doing what we do. So I appreciate everybody who's involved, man, everybody from the top to the bottom, what I'm saying, from the side, all that, man, what I'm saying, anybody who, like I said, rock with GNT, I rock with y'all, man. So again, man, I thank y'all dudes, what I'm saying, for, staying in this mud and trusting me, what I'm saying, to be, a part of, a decent crew, man, like when we get to talk every week, man, and, be real, what I'm saying. That's what I think, is another thing too, man. We not like some scripted guys put together just to make a show, what I'm saying, and want to talk some stuff. Like, we're going to give y'all accounts of things that we've been through, what I mean, on a personal level, because, what I'm saying, we be rocking like that. So, I mean, appreciate y'all dudes, man. Like I said, I'm in it for another 100, man. Let's get to that 200th episode, man. And sky's the limit for GNT, man. So I thank everybody, man. Appreciate y'all.
Right. And, just something Tone mentioned that, just rung, light bulb in my head, for lack of better terms. But I mean, just like he said, it's going to, a great cause. And let me backtrack. This actually was Raul's idea from Dimensions. He said, listen, like, why don't you guys do a 50-50 raffle? And I'm like, yo, that's a great idea. He's like, I just want to donate it to a good cause, something, with kids and, something like that, to that effect. And I said, all right, cool, that's good. But, just something that Tone said, like, had, Tasha not been on our show, we would have never had that connection. So as
Facts.
soon as everything like fell right in line, it was like, all right, boom, hey, off the rip, it was like, we already know where the money's going,
Yep.
and that's due to, like Tone said, we're going to spend the block. I'm going to spend the block right now on somebody. Rob Acosta right now is currently, he was the secret weapon, I guess probably like a few episodes ago, 4 or 5 episodes ago. He's out in Vegas right now with one of his fighters. They're on the undercard for the Crawford and Canelo fight. And, I just want, send, our best wishes for him and his team, because he, came on the podcast, talked to us, and real genuine, good guy,
Yeah.
good dude. But Rob Acosta and the team out there, is superstar Jose Ortiz, that's fighting and stuff like that, man. And, I'm spending block on him, just giving us our best wishes for the fight and the best outcome. But that's something that we take pride in, as far as like building relationships, networking, and figuring out things that we could do together as a community, or, during a sporting event or whatever the case may be, or supporting a local fighter, or just showing some exposure for someone else that's out there. And actually, I didn't even know Salim Bey's father, Mr. Bey, is actually out there as well, because him and Rob are actually the trainers for that fighter. So it's just crazy how things come full circle. Just like Tone mentioned, someone being on our podcast, we got this 50-50 giveaway, donation, and it's like, all right, right off the rip, we already knew who we were going to give it to. But that's something that we take pride in as a podcast, and making sure that we're doing the right thing, and making sure that, we spend the block on everybody and reciprocate that same energy that you give to us. Thank you, guys.
So there you go. That's an official thank you to every single one of y'all that's out there. And something else, the one thing that I can definitely lay my hat on and be extremely proud of when it comes to this podcast is the fact that, just like my guys already said, it's more than just us just talking sports. We're bigger than just sports talking, because we're family members, we're fathers, and we understand the importance of living life and being there for your family and being there for your loved ones. So the last thing that we want to go ahead and just get into before we go ahead and shut this thing down, Joel, you went ahead and mentioned this to me. It's something I didn't even know. And I was like, all right, well, we definitely have to get into this. Today is Suicide Prevention Day. Today, Suicide Prevention Day. The one thing that I know for sure that every single one of us on this panel knows is pressure when it comes to this, how this world actually beats down on us men, or just people in general, especially people of color. This world would beat down on you. And the suicide rate has climbed tremendously all across the world. So I'll say right now to everyone that's under my voice, and I'm sure I'm going to open up the door of conversation for y'all guys as well. Just know that you're not alone in this fight, yo. Like, trust me, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're never alone. Wherever that you're going through, someone else has gone through it too. And the only major difference between some compared to others is that some gave up and other ones did not. You just have to find the ones that will just tell you to never give up. And there's always someone there for you. And if you cannot find anybody and you can hear my voice now, you can always comment into this YouTube channel or on our IG. And I promise you that I will contact you back on there to encourage you. Because that's one of the things that I always have done. I always try to encourage the ones that need it. And I'm definitely here for you. So you're not by yourself. You can make it. I promise you, you can make it. You just have to just hold on. So just continue to hold on and just know that you're not in this battle by yourself. I'll open up this door to my guys as well. Oh, it's on you.
I mean, listen, man, like, you also just could call 988. Like, that's suicide hotline. Unfortunately, like, I've had an experience, and I'll share it briefly and kind of keep it vaguely because it's something that's near and dear to my heart and something personal. But unfortunately, like, I had the opportunity and was exposed to reading a suicide note from someone that's my family, and he's no longer with us. And, you just never know, like, where someone's at as far as, like, what pressure or what they're dealing with as far as, like, from a family standpoint, financial standpoint, a relationship standpoint, or just, just the pressure of life, you know what I mean? And trying to figure out, like, the pressure of social media now, of everybody always seeming to compete and trying to impress people that really don't matter. You know what I mean? And listen, when I read this letter, man, and I still have it on my phone, like, it's literally a front and back page of someone, like, writing, like, all this stuff. You know what I mean? And it was just eye-opening because, you try to, like, make sense of things and you look back and try to think of signs and all types of things. And it's like you just, feel helpless that somebody that you knew, let alone a family member that, was going through stuff, and they just was like, just the pressure was just to the max that, they just took their own life. And just like Larry said, man, if somebody ever reached out to me, like, I'm dropping everything. Like, you know what I mean? Even if it's something that is important to me, but like I just understand the importance of making sure that someone can get that help. And like this guy like that I'm talking about was, bro, would give you the shirt off his back, and it was just to the max that, you know what I mean, he just couldn't deal with it anymore, and he just thought that that would be the easier path. And you know what I mean, like it just ended up happening, and nobody knew about it until we came across the letter like a long months after the death. You know what I mean? And it's something that just stuck with me. And I'm just like, bro, like, you just never know what anybody's going through or anything like
Right.
that. Family member, friend, co-worker, whatever it is. Even my worst enemy, like, bro, like, you calling me up or anything like that. Not that I have any, not to my knowledge. But if I do, like, man, listen, like, it ain't that deep, man. Like, you matter as a person, as an individual, no matter what you're going through. And you just need to be, surround yourself around good people. And if you ain't around that circle, like, you could count on this panel. I know for sure, like, I could tell you guys, these guys are some genuine guys to my left and my right. And if somebody ever reached out to me, like, it is a given that, I'm gonna try to help you out the best way I can. I'm not no expert or anything, but I can help do some research and get you, in the right, on the right track and in the right direction and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But it's something that, I saw, and I'm like, yo, we definitely need to touch on this and come, talk about it on the pod, just because it's important. And man, hopefully, if you're someone's out there that battling, or dealing with any type of demons, man, I'll pray for you. And if you need anything, you can always reach out to GNT Sports Talk.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Like Joe said, man. This is definitely something that's near and dear to my heart as well. Not so much on the fatal side, but two people very close to me, has dealt with suicidal thoughts. Um, you know what I mean? Dealt with it to the point where it was almost an attempt. You know what I mean? And we sought help. We got the help. Um, but it's something that's still that's still not so much like it's a monitoring type thing, but it's a concern. Or sometimes it can be revisited, or what I'm saying, thrown out there here and there, and it's just like that's a real thing. That's definitely a real thing, man. And you know you don't know what everybody's going through. You know what I mean? If you don't ask, and if you really care about somebody, it's good to just check in on somebody. You know what I mean? And checking on them. So whereas though if you don't feel like you're getting, everything, or they ain't really talking much, or it's like pulling teeth to get a response, or you get one word, responses, man, it definitely can be that could be a sign. You know what I mean? Like we all got stuff that we deal with, man. That can have us ready to go off the edge. You know what I'm saying? But a sound mind and a sound heart will overcome that. You know what I'm saying? And of course, praying, man, will definitely keep you rooted. So, um, what I mean, just to piggyback off of what these two gentlemen said, man. As far as if you need, anything. Anybody to talk to. We like to talk, obviously. You know what I'm saying? That's why we do a podcast. So, you know what I mean? Nah, we ain't the smartest guys, but like Joel said, we definitely could get some resources for you, or try to steer you down the right path. You know what I mean? And try to get whatever it is that you might need. And then not only so much for yourself, for a family member, a loved one. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who y'all may be concerned about. You know what I mean? Let us know. But yeah, man, something definitely that's like I said, near and dear to my heart that I definitely take serious. It's not a joke. What I'm saying? If you definitely see or know somebody that needs some help, definitely try to get it for that person, man. You never know.
Yeah, you may be the blessing that the person needs at that moment. You never know. So don't forsake your own self and the positivity that you carry along with you. Now, as always, as Ty says here, only be around people with positive vibes. How about this? Make sure that you're the one with the positive vibes while you're around everybody. People need to see an example in this world, in this dying world. People need to see an example of what a positive vibe person looks like. You know what I mean? And another thing too, something that I always take with me. If it hurts, it's all right to say ow. If it's bothering you, it's all right to admit the fact that you're hurting. I mean, it's all right. As men, I understand how tough that is for us to admit when something is bothering us, or admit when something is hurting, or God, we don't even go to the hospital the way we're supposed to, but it's all right. It's all right. If it hurts, it's all right to say, ow. It's all right to ask for attention for that thing that hurts, because you can make it through it. The pain would just be subsided for a little bit. You'll make it through. But first, you got to admit the fact that it is there. Once you admit that it's there, then you can go ahead and find that help. And like I said, we're here for you as much as we can, as much as that we can in our, as far as our abilities that we can do for you. We're here for you. And just know we'll be here praying for y'all and stuff like that too. So, look, just stay strong, people. Just stay strong. Especially right now. We definitely need to stay strong in all things and stay together. And as Ty said, we need to make sure that we try to stay as positive as we possibly can. Hold each other accountable and take care of ourselves. We need to. We absolutely need to. Because we all need each other. And at the end of the day, we need each other. The person, it could be standing to your left or to your right of you, could be the one thing that you need. They could be holding the one thing that you need to go ahead and go forward. So don't forsake anybody that's around you either. So there you go. Let's get ready to shut this thing down. We appreciate every single one of y'all. It's that time, gentlemen. Let me cue up the music. I'm a little slow in this, but
Tona was already like ready for it. I seen
him. Bird Gang. What you guys say?
Hey, listen, just like I mentioned, Rob Acosta, superstar host, Salim Bey's father, Mr. Bey, they out there in Vegas. Undercard, Canelo versus Crawford. Again, best wishes. Pull off the victory. Come back to Philly with that win, with the dub. But more importantly, listen, thank you guys for tuning in for GNT Sports Talk. Again, episode 101. Thank you guys for the most memorable 100 episodes. Thank you guys so much. Bird Gang, checking out. Thank you.
Yo. So just like you said, man, thank you for tuning in to another episode of GNT Sports Talk. Like I said, episode 101. Now, 100 was in the book last Thursday. It's a dope event. Thank y'all for all who came out. Thank you, Dimension Sports Club, Sports Bar. Thank you, Raul. Everybody who attended, everybody who showed GNT Sports Talk love. But what am I, the promoter, right? And what do I have every month? That's Laugh the Pain Away. Every third Friday of the month. We are less than 2 weeks away. Show is coming up. Ticket link is in my bio. We still got tickets available. Dope show. 2 poets, 2 comedians with my guy, Ken Jones, hosting. The event is September 19th. Doors open up at 7. Show starts at 8. Come party with your boys. We give out free wine. You know what I'm saying? I had a little wine with some sangria, a little homemade sangria with some little orange. I'll tell you about that later. But just pop out to the show. Laugh the Pain Away. Next week, September 19th. Let's get it. And thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of GNT Sports Talk. See you next week, man. Let's get it.
Just in case for the people in the back that may want to know, remember the 50-50 that we went ahead and did? We gave that 50-50, the proceeds of that, at least half of it, to Philadelphia Family Voices, which is awesome organization that deals with children on the spectrum. And they're there for every single one of y'all that needs them. How do you reach them? Could be the question. Start there. Philadelphia Family Voices can be reached at that phone number, 484-228-1229. They don't even realize that they're being shouted out right now. But Tasha, I got you, mama. I got you. So there you go. Philadelphia Family Voices, 484-228-1229. Everything that they do is for free to the family. Everything they do is free for the family. If it's free, Tone, it's for me. You're supposed to finish the statement.
My bad. I was on mute. My bad. But yeah, if it's free, it's for me.
Okay, that's what you said before. You're killing me, bro. You really have timing. You know, it's cool. But there you go. Philadelphia Family Voices for the ones that need it. For everyone else that's there, that's here under my voice and is going to watch this later on, once again, we thank every single one of y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Without y'all, this channel will not grow. So we need y'all more than y'all know, and we cannot wait until next week. We got more surprises, got more things coming up in the future when it comes to our future plans and shows, and we got to go back to the mentions. But when? We're going to tell y'all guys real soon. So until then, oh, you got something, Tom? You got something else?
Who won in the fight, Canelo or Crawford?
Oh. I want to say Canelo. I do. I do.
All right. So who? Who you said?
I'm going with Canelo.
All right, you go Canelo. What you think? What you think, Joe?
Listen, man, I've been going back and forth since this fight got announced, man. It's like, oh, man, I just can't bet against Canelo. I can't do it. And
Right.
Crawford's moving up, man. I'm on record saying that I was going for Crawford. Now I'm back on the Canelo. By Saturday, I might be back on the Crawford bandwagon. Not even the bandwagon because I'm a Crawford fan.
Right.
But I'm just happy we got this fight. Hopefully it's a draw.
All right. I'm gonna take the other side. I'm gonna say Crawford. I think Crawford pull out the stunning upset. I think it's gonna be an upset because I do believe Canelo is the favorite. You know what I'm saying? But I think Crawford might shock the world. He'll shock the world.
Top of the world. All right. There you go. So even got a prediction for the three of us when it comes to the fight as well. Hey, God bless every single one of y'all. Seriously. Until next time, your boys, we out. Peace.